Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Serritella. All right, guys, welcome to the show. Alan Lee's parking the car because it's LA traffic, and I'm in Sal's Comedy Hall with my guest Mark Serritella. Did I say it right?
You did.
Awesome, yeah. And you were just telling me before I started, you say it like a girl, right?
No, I said it's Sarah, like the girl's
like the
name.
girl's name.
Tell. Yeah.
That's easy.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Once you break it down.
Yeah, but I think are you cold? You're like cold.
No. This is just. I'm always cold, so don't worry about it.
It is a little chilly in here.
Yeah.
But I think like it's one of those names that could get mispronounced because it's also how it's spelled. You know what I mean?
Yes, and also people just give up on Italian names like last second. Like I get a lot of Serritelli, a lot of Serritello.
Yeah.
And I go, you got right to the end.
Yeah.
And then he just gave up.
Me?
No, people.
Them. I was like, I asked you before.
You, not you. No, people. The royal.
Yeah.
People. The group at like the human race.
Yeah.
Gives up.
About names is like I'm a terrible host when I do comedy because with my speech stutter and I tend to mess up last names. It's not intentional. But I did Irvine with Norm this weekend, and this guy, this other opener he's mentoring or whatever, he had the weirdest name, and I messed up on every single show.
Who was it?
It was Jeremy McCurran.
Okay,
I said
you got it
right
now.
On the last show, I got it right.
Oh, good.
But
improvement,
yeah.
Slow, steady improvement.
So I was like, when we do Oxnard, I'll nail it.
Yeah. You got it. I just worked with a host up in Seattle with Adam, and he got my name wrong every single time. He's a black guy. Black guys just never get it right. They don't
even try. You know what I mean? Like
he was such a good kid,
yeah.
And he's a real good comic. And there's something too about like the codependency of the races where I go, I can't correct the way this guy pronounces my name, and so I never said anything.
Yeah.
And then the last show I go, didn't get my name right one single time, and I was just like.
Well, when you were first starting doing comedy, did that ever because my name's Reza, you know what I mean? And people mess it up all the time. They say Reza and all that stuff, and I get it, but I find it offensive too. But then when I mess up names, I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't take too offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you ever get that when you started? Really?
Yeah, I guess when I first started, you kind of want people to get it right because you think you're significant. And then, 15 years later, you haven't booked anything. You go, no, I suck. Who cares about my last name? And then you start getting stuff, and then you've gotten over it. So then you get in a healthy place with it, where it's funny. It's a comedy show. It's like, I like when things go wrong.
Yeah.
Do you think that Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin back in the day had, they like the chaotic element of sometimes getting something wrong. So I've grown to not mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've grown that way too. I just remember when I started, it was like Reza's so easy, and then when you host shows, you're like, oh, it is kind of hard.
Let me be honest. Until now, I thought it was Reza.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, but it's Reza.
It's Reza.
Reza is cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's spelled with an E.
I know.
So
That's why I thought it was Reza.
People.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So we were talking about Tap House when you did Tap House. I was like, we gotta save that for the podcast because I think that's a funny story.
That was a long time. What year was that?
I don't know. It was when I was like.
It's got to be
terrible.
2007. Yeah, you were brand new. Everyone's so bad at first. So bad.
I wasn't brand new. I just wasn't good. You know?
Yeah. No, I didn't get good for about 7 years. The comedians now get better quicker because of the internet. If you remember, I started a little pre-internet, and you couldn't just watch unlimited shows.
Yeah.
Now you can watch unlimited stand-up on TV. You get better by watching.
Do you think that kills comedy in a way?
No.
Really?
No, not at all. Because look how busy the clubs are.
Yeah.
You know what's also made the clubs a lot busier? Uber.
Oh.
Because you can Uber from home to the thing. You don't have to drink because there's a 2-drink minimum. That's a DUI.
Right. That's
Do you know
true.
what I'm saying? And then what do you take a taxi cab?
Yeah.
So a taxi cab's like $80. I remember just being like, I can either take a taxi cab or risk a DUI, and I risked a DUI every time I drank and drove, probably 2,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one died, so that.
No one died. I did get caught though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
it affected my life. It was. For years I couldn't admit it. I'm like, because it got knocked down to a wet reckless, and then then I started going to meetings and stuff. I go, oh, I can admit to this now.
Yeah.
I can admit that I got this. And everyone gets out. I read this article in Rolling Stone, it's an interesting article, where it's the one court, this DUI court, where it's all races, ages, ethnicities. Like, it's 16-year-old kids to 84-year-old women.
Yeah.
And it's the one thing that goes. But Uber's put the kibosh on that now, too, so they're trying to go after stoners. Are you a stoner?
No. But,
Got it.
But no, like, you know what it is like, what? My mom might be listening. But you know what it is I think the internet, okay, let me backtrack that. I think the internet has helped comedy a lot, but I also think it's hurt comedy because, for example, there's some good classic jokes I have on the internet, and whenever I do a show, some people, like, because I'm like a cult comedian, I have a small cult of fans, you know what I mean? And when they go up, they'll be like, oh, do the passionate joke. And I'm like, I don't want to do the passionate joke.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like they'll yell out my punchlines, and it's just, it's frustrating. Because it's like, fuck the internet.
Oh, you're saying from the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's like, I don't want to do that. Oh, here comes Alan.
Do you do crowd work at all?
No, I'm terrible.
No. Yeah, it's one of those things you just got to start, because we were saying about being terrible. I didn't consider myself watchable for 4 years, and then at 7 years, I wound up liking my act. I go, I like what I'm doing right now. Yeah. So, and what year are you at right now? You were on 10.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
How are you? Thanks for parking the car.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So it was kind of hard. I had to,
This guy just got a new car, though.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, what kind of car is it?
It's a Mazda Miata MX-5 Grand Touring Edition with a hardtop.
Yeah.
What year is it?
It's you know what? I got the 2007.
There's a
all
new.
I could afford.
You said it's a new one. It's a 2007.
Well,
Oh,
no,
he
it's
got
a
a new
model.
car.
The model
Yeah.
where they first had the retractable top.
Got it. Yeah. I love the Mazda Miata.
Don't you?
Yeah, my ex stepdad. There's a lot of marriages back home. He had a Mazda Miata, and he would let me drive it when I came home from college. It's dope. It's a dope little car.
Isn't it?
Yeah, people say it's a girl's car, but girls like cool cars, I guess.
Yeah, no, they race them. In Europe, they race them.
Yeah.
Alan Lee he's like obsessed with cars. In fact, he says he wrote the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
And he said Vin Diesel took his idea.
Yeah, I was sitting in a laptop. I was stupid enough to leave my laptop open. I look over, I say, oh, this nice Mexican guy is looking at my script. And the guy out of the side, he says, oh, that's a great script. And I try to say, oh, it's Van Diesel's fine. A year later, Fast and the Furious, my script right
Vin Diesel did this too. Do you want me to handle it?
Yeah, would you tell
Yeah.
all that motherfucker?
Mark is best friends with Vin Diesel.
Would you tell him
Yeah.
that he owes me a couple of mil?
Dude, this is odd. Vin Diesel is my ex stepdad.
Is he really? Oh!
That's who I'm talking about. I think he owes all of us money.
Oh my
that was
God.
awesome. So we were talking about Tap House. So I showed up late, but I booked you, and you were telling me that the TVs were on and the bartender was being.
This is an old school show, bar show. So a bar show, to me, when you start a bar show, you have to come up with an agreement with the owner where this is a comedy club on this night.
Right.
But a lot of bars go, no, we'll have karaoke, comedy, the bartender, the TVs, sports, pool tables, and you go, no, because it has to be silent. So at that place, it was just like behind me, they left all the TVs on. And then the bartender was this chick, kind of a hot chick. And bartenders, a lot of them like attention. So she just wouldn't stop talking extremely loud while I was on.
Oh, it was the bartender who was talking.
Yeah, it was the bartender.
Oh,
She wouldn't stop talking. So I got off and I was just like, what was that? And she's like, what? I go, you didn't stop talking the entire time I was on. And I just told her off and left. I mean, I didn't scream. I didn't swear at her or anything. But I was just like, but also I've been doing comedies for, organizing comedy shows for so long that I was like...
You know a plan. You know what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, and I just felt like I just took it upon myself to say something, which gets you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
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 And then also, but at the same time, I go, in defense of comedy,
Yeah.
I'm going to say this thing because maybe it'll soak in.
Yeah.
Did it wind up going better after that?
Yeah, it was, not that show, but
Right.
I mean, eventually.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think they fired that bartender.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
karma.
Yeah, that's so.
I wrote a Yelp review before Yelp.
There you
This
go.
is how Yelp started.
There you go.
Oh man.
I like that.
But I don't think you're still involved in Comedy Juice anymore, are you?
No, I left Comedy Juice 2.5 years ago, 2 years and 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Started my own shows. I help a lot of shows behind the scenes now too.
Oh, do you?
But yeah, I don't ever want to be the face of a show again. It's a ton of stress.
Yeah, because
for-
everyone hits you up.
Everyone hits you up, and if you're codependent, like I get sometimes, you just start you're disappointing a lot of people, and it just led to a lot of drinking, especially at the shows, because people would be at the show like, hey man, can you get me a spot? And I'd be like, hold on, let me get a few drinks, and I'll be able to handle this conversation.
Yeah.
Because you're telling a lot of people no. You could give a friend, and I love, my comedian friends are my best friends now,
Yeah.
but you can give them 3 spots in a year on a dope show, and they're like, what happened to giving me 6?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you're constantly disappointed. There's not an amount that you can give out, at least at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a little kid.
I got one
Yeah.
every 2 years.
Yeah. No, totally.
Did you complain? Did you complain?
No, but I wrote Mark all the time.
All the time
Yeah.
bothered him, huh?
Well, it's more like
surprising.
you were also very new then. I mean, you know, you're probably talking 6 years ago. You're
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy
yeah.
from 2.5 Men.
and you get better. You know, it's just like
See what I mean? We were talking about guys who repeat jokes. This guy goes on my shows. He's like, say the 2.5 Men joke.
Years ago, you were young, and I just threw that in a little mix.
I was younger.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
young. Yeah, everyone was younger.
Don't park the car next time because we're
Let me
talking
go
about
to the
cult
not the improv,
comics.
but the across the street, Surroundings, and I'll come back in an hour. A couple of lessons. You'll be happy.
Absolutely.
Come back with a Mustang.
So now you're still living down in Orange County. Mm-hmm. How's that going?
It's going good. It's there's a new comedy club that I help. I don't book it, but I help. You know,
Yes.
behind the scenes, kind of like you. It's called the Rec Room.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's awesome.
I love
You
that
should
kid.
do it.
It's Hunter Hill's room, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he owns it.
I don't know if he owns it, but he's a big part of it.
That's amazing.
And, yeah,
Because
we
that's
got-
hard to pull off.
Yeah, we gotta like edit that name out because he doesn't want the world to know. So.
Oh, really? I know. No, I see. Just like what I just said. I mean, you know, I agree with you because you go. It's a lot to handle sometimes, and comedians we get on stage to make people laugh and applaud. So you don't like disappointing people.
Yeah.
And when you're disappointing your friends, it's really hard to handle.
Exactly.
I've been much more healthy since I left Comedy Juice.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know, it's like
You look buffer too.
yeah, I'm just healthier. I work
Yeah.
out more. I started Muay Thai. Started punching the heavy bag.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got new headshots, but also you know I go in and out of it too. It's like.
Yeah.
I think doesn't any comedian? Do you know any comedian who's truly just healthy all the time? Do you?
No.
Without
Name one.
Yeah, I don't know one.
Steve Martin.
Steve, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
but he
Look at
doesn't
him. He
do
doesn't even.
comedy
He had to
anymore.
leave it.
Yeah,
He does
did,
tank-
actually.
Yeah.
He did. He
You know,
did.
he does this
Banjo.
thing where banjo.
He's
He
very
was
good.
doing. Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's not.
Every banjo player is healthy too, if you notice.
Oh, sure.
But he was playing at the Costa Mesa Fairgrounds with Martin Short, and I thought it was going to be a comedy show. So I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I bought. I was like, this is fantastic. 2 of my favorite comics, right? So I buy like ridiculous amount of tickets, $150 tickets, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to see a legend. I'm going to see Martin Short. Turns out Martin Short just does sketch comedy.
Yeah.
Which it was, I was like, okay, well, he used to do stand-up. And then Steve comes out, and he starts playing a harmonica for an hour. I'm
Not
like,
the banjo.
No.
Not even the
well,
banjo.
no, it was a banjo, but I'm trying to make a bad joke. And it was
I don't
very,
know all the
I'm
instruments.
sorry.
yeah,
I
it was
know
very
about that.
talented, but I was just like, geez, man, $150? That's kind of a...
Yeah, there's got to be. Was there not a disclaimer right on the face of the ticket?
No, it said an evening with Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Okay, because that.
So that's not really bad advertising because you're with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
But wasn't
But
there a
gee.
special with Short and on HBO or
I think so.
with them? When you got a prelude, I mean, you got a preview of the show.
You got
yeah,
a preview.
And I didn't watch it on the TV because I got a preview.
Now you just opened up for Norm this weekend in Irvine.
I did, yeah.
How'd that go?
It was awesome, man.
Yeah?
He you know what's weird is Norm sold out those shows in November.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, he's enormous.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
Yeah, the in his new Netflix show.
Norm Macdonald has a show.
Yeah, still rolling.
No, I don't think it's gonna get picked up. I got fired from that show.
Did you really? For what?
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up.
My bad. My bad.
We were,
Does that mean there's an open spot?
there you go. See,
It's
we
just
were
something
just
I-
talking about that.
Is there something I can apply for?
He was.
Have you ever written on a show?
No.
No.
No, I wish.
It's,
Oh, you wrote on it?
uh,
Because that was a brilliant show. I love that show. I mean, not to, no, I don't want to touch
No.
sore wounds
No,
here.
no,
but
no,
that
no,
was
no, it's
good
just-
work, bro.
No, I didn't write on it. I wrote jokes for a couple episodes, but they were all out of order. And then
Yeah.
when basically what happened was I'm not a writer SAG, so I couldn't get credit.
Got it.
I was just like, okay, I'll just
Ghostwriter.
because it used to be a podcast, and
Right.
that got changed, and I
That's
wrote on
right.
the podcast.
That's right.
And dude, that's stressful writing for a podcast. It's not a real show; it's a podcast. And as this guy, dude, I was like,
Conversations have to be written. Like
yeah,
conversations.
dude, it's
Yeah.
So
hardest
it's
thing
not
I've
like a
ever done.
weird, dialogue that's so natural.
Yeah. You know what? I've been thinking of doing a podcast. Is all sign language podcast.
Oh, that'd be
That'd be interesting.
because
Very just total silence.
Would you
Yeah.
have subtitles? Like if YouTube
In Braille. In Braille.
That'd be cool.
It'd be hits on the YouTube, and like when you subscribe on iTunes, you'd usually be driving.
That's right.
Do you guys know any agents who could help me out find someone for that project?
No. But if you got one,
Yeah.
we'll pitch
should
it.
ask that.
I keep telling this guy should be an agent. He kind of looks like an agent, doesn't he?
I won't do it.
Like an old
I'm not
school
gonna-
agent.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, what do you do? Who are you? I don't even know you. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
who are you?
Yeah.
I don't do much.
Okay, well, here you are. Yeah.
All I know about him
No,
is he
I have
parks
been- I have
cars
been
and he
a
wrote
stand-up
Fast
for some
and the
time, and
Furious.
I've been booked a couple of times, and people do know who I am at the Pasadena Playhouse, and
Okay.
and so they do. You can look me up on the podcast. You see.
You don't need to look him up.
He loves to say that I'm nothing. And then he says,
I didn't say
I'm
you're
I'm
nothing.
an improv genius who's
He
done
is an
nothing.
improv genius.
Yeah, that's not hard. That's hard to do, don't you think?
I do.
To be an improv genius
Have you ever
who has
done improv?
nothing.
That. I have.
Mark's drinking his coffee thinking this is either the best
He's
podcast or
saying,
the
"What
worst
fuck? Why did I
podcast.
come?" He said, "What are you doing?"
I've been having a great time so far.
Ah, I like your hat, man.
Thank you.
New York.
Did you buy it in New York?
My cousin gave this to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Yankees hat for those of you out there. It's
wow.
it's white with blue stripes and
that.
yeah. This should be part of the Braille podcast though.
Oh, yeah.
the sign language one.
That's the sign language.
So now you're still out in Orange County. Why down there?
Because I still live with my parents.
Okay.
Like, that's the truth. I can't afford to live by myself. I don't make a lot in comedy. Like, everyone says they make all this money in comedy. I'm thinking, really?
You're a millennial. You're a millennial.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
a
only
Yeah.
31. How
Yeah.
you doing, buddy?
How you doing?
Good. We're just podcasting.
Oh, I see.
Awesome. What time is it, man? They said we have it till 6:30.
6:20.
It's always nice to be 10 minutes early to a show.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a commitment.
No, I'm not. There's a show tonight?
Yeah,
This
you
is-
should ask
One of these
Dante to
contests.
like do his
Dante's contest.
Dante's contest. It's every Monday and Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you
I-
could judge it.
This sounds weird. I don't go on stage in a hat.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, no, because there's shadow on my face, and I've always every time I'm wearing a hat on stage, I've bombed
Really?
every single time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, like you like keep track of that?
Yeah, I don't remember doing well. Plus, I don't perform on Mondays. Is that weird? It's the one day I've always had off, and I don't feel funny on Mondays. I feel like I get my life kind of organized on Mondays.
Wow.
And I've been doing it so long now that's because this is like I think my 20th year coming up. Is that I find that I'm very like my body moves in a certain way during the week, and like, yeah, you know how like,
Yeah.
don't you feel most mentally alert at 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
I do. I love 10 o'clock.
I feel more
Yeah.
creative
Kid, I
at
love
night.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, because you get used to it. So even now, it's just like.
Yeah. For podcasts.
How's it going?
Podcasting.
So even now, it's like on Mondays, I just don't feel funny. Like, as
Is
far as
Monday
like,
like your booking day?
yeah, like a book. I do
Sure.
laundry. I walk my dog three
cool.
times. I
Very
try
cool.
to plan out the week. Write a little
Nice.
goal sheet.
Nice, I gotta do that.
Yeah, stay sober somehow.
Dude,
All that
I
stuff.
gotta do that on Monday.
Yeah.
Is today Monday?
Yeah, it is
I'm
Monday.
gonna- I'll start when you go to your. I'm gonna go out and walk my dog, and I'm gonna plan my whole week while you go up and do the contest.
Yeah. Let's get back to your tragedy. Why'd you get fired from the Norm Show? Or you don't want to talk about it?
Oh, I didn't get fired. I mean, well, yeah, I did get fired actually. What happened was I got into a fight with one of the other openers, and it got
mention
like to
One of his other openers that opens for him on the road.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
just got to it put him in a weird situation.
Did you get in an argument or a fight?
It started as arguments, and then it got into a fight.
A physical fight?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
It's amazing.
Very sober, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, he just started calling me retard after every single show in
Oh
front
my
of
God.
live audiences, and that's like because
Was he drunk?
Who knows? It's very sober.
Right.
But it's like, it's at the point like it wasn't like immediately like I had Norm talk to him, and because I have autism, so the R word is a very
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like the N word.
You can't tell, by the way. I used to work with autistic kids. You're really high on the spectrum.
Yeah.
So what kind of diagnosis do you go through? Or
When I was diagnosed,
Yeah.
I went through puzzle tests, and
you sure it just wasn't a bad puzzle? That was missing a piece?
I was a great puzzle. But so I was like, Norm, you gotta tell him to stop, man, because it's really offending me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really hurting me, and and he just kept doing it, and like we've patched things up now, you know what I mean? But it just put him in an awkward situation, so he had to let the one who doesn't have his most experience go, and that was me.
Yeah, yes and no. Yeah,
So-
I mean, I get it. Trust me, I've been through all sorts of shit in comedy where I felt like I was the one who was replaced and didn't really karmically deserve it, because that's what it feels like. I didn't, and then you just have to.
I was depressed. You didn't see my Twitter, man? I was.
I think I saw something. Yeah, 100%. And it's like one of the things I learned. I was engaged at one point, and my ex-fiance cheated on me with 2 men on the same day. I don't care anymore.
Was it
But
Vin
the
Diesel?
time, it was Vin Diesel. This Mazda Miata driving motherfucker.
Still on strips at
she got-
Starbucks.
That's funny. I like
She got double teamed. Yeah. The lesson I learned from that, it was literally like 2.5 years later, is like sometimes just really bad things happen, and it doesn't have to be a meaning.
Yeah.
Because especially as comedians, like we want to find all this meaning behind this terrible thing that happened and what's it going to lead to, and you go, no. Sometimes you just take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson got knocked out one time by Buster Douglas. You know, it's like you just get beat up sometimes, and there's not going to be a reason, and there's nothing to derive from it. It's not like, oh, now I got more time on the weekends. You go, no, I didn't want more time on the weekends. I wanted to be doing this show, and it sucks. The quicker you can shake it off, the better.
Yeah.
Because I do shake off things quicker now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I go, okay, you know I've hit a rock bottom emotionally. And then you just got to rebound quicker, because that does suck. Because if he was saying that, he didn't deserve to be fired, but you did, and that's just the way it works sometimes.
Yeah, that's just the final domino. We're running out of time, but I did have one question I wanted to ask you. Is when you were on the, you still do comedy, you're on the road and all that stuff, but when you were booking shows, who's the one comedian that you said no to that was like a big deal?
To not go out with him?
No, to like not put on the shows, because there had to be someone you turned down. You didn't say yes to everyone, is there?
Oh, no, yeah, no. Well, I think that the no came from like a certain star level comedian who wanted to constantly move his spot, pop on the show, not be listed, create chaos.
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about? Or is
No,
that
no,
okay?
you
Yeah.
don't know.
No, just some. You know that you probably know the name around town. He's been banned from everywhere just because it's diva shit. There's certain. Although this mentality is going away, but do you know?
Chris Kattan.
Yeah. no. But you know that there's like probably a diva thing happening in comedy like 4 years ago, where like certain stars just wanted to pop on the show and not be promoted or not be listed like special guests. We go, well, that throws the rest of the lineup into chaos, including guys who have 15 credits and who are millionaires, and maybe they're not the level of comedian you are, or a millionaire as much as you are, but at the same time deserve respect, and their spot deserves to be solid. Once the lineup is posted and is posted on the wall, they have wives to go home to and girlfriends to go home to, and they want to get something to eat. So it wasn't about saying no to a big comic to be booked, because that kind of doesn't happen, but saying no to a comic that you're not moving your spot around, you're not able to just show up and go up, like, you know, you can if you go at the end. So, but and that caused a ton of chaos at first, but now the whole comedy scene is better because of it, because the clubs have pretty much rooted that out, because it also cost them a ton of money.
Right.
Because the comics stopped going to those clubs. The clubs that allowed it got empty. I've always said it in comedy promotions, you're in this stand-up comedian customer service business. Yeah, and you're there to serve the comedians, from the lowest person on the show to the highest, in that, like, you know, lowest quote unquote, and that, like, you know, you deserve to be respected as if you got booked on the show, you deserve respect.
Exactly.
And also, maybe you don't go. There's no overnight success, but someone that you're treating like a pile of garbage 4 years from now could be
Huge
the lead
in
cast
4
member on
years,
Saturday Night
exactly.
Live. So even if you want to just do it for that reason, you can do it for a more moral reason if you want. But here's another tangible reason: is that one day this person's gonna be a superstar, and you're gonna need them.
Yeah.
If you're a booker and a show promoter.
Hear stories like that.
So my second question is, do you regret not booking Vin Diesel?
Yeah, never. Not after what I found today. I didn't have a good opinion of him already, but finding this out.
I tainted the whole Vin Diesel thing. I apologize.
How about you start this? Okay, here's a new screenplay: The Slow and the Sluggish.
Oh,
Think about it.
that's great.
There it is.
I did have a superhero called the Snail,
There it is.
and the adventure was watching the snail get to the problem.
Now we're
The whole movie.
kicking the tires on a new idea.
Yeah, I know, man. Jeez, this guy gave you a genius.
Unbelievable.
And actually,
The
you started with
energy.
this. Started with The Slow and the Sluggish 4, and act like there was 3 before it.
Very good.
That's a very successful
Very good.
franchise.
That's the way to go.
Well,
Thank you.
they're
Start
starting
at the
to
top.
they're starting to seat this club,
Why?
so we should, because
Why are they
there's a
doing
show.
that? Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Well, this has been a great time.
I
Yeah.
think that Mark probably wants to stay longer, maybe go up. on
We're
the
gonna
show,
have
but I don't
Mark
think he
back.
wants to.
Yeah. Oh, my website.
Yeah,
Got a brand
yes,
new.
yes.
Got a brand new website, markscomedy.com. Just
Mark's
built it.
Comedy.
Literally, just came out last week.
Really?
It's got new videos on it, new headshots.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've been adding to it, and I'm really happy with it so far. But so
Google
yeah,
markscomedy.com.
yeah.
Do
Mark's
you have
Comedy.
any shows coming up?
I got a bunch of shows listed on that calendar. Actually, I'm
Okay.
at the Comedy Store tomorrow with a bunch of great comics, and then it's on my calendar
Yeah.
on my website. Mark's
Don't go to
Comedy.
the Comedy Store tomorrow because this won't be up. Tomorrow. It'll take a couple weeks.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
It takes a
But,
little less than that.
Cool.
But-
Yeah, I'm always doing shows and always adding to it. And if you want to find last minute shows, my social media is on my website because in LA, you're always adding last minute shows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mark Serritella, did I say it right?
Mike
Yes, you did.
Serritella.
Mark.
Serritella.
Mike is my brother's name.
Oh,
I'm Mark.
it's Mark.
But I
thought
respond.
I said Mark.
I don't know. I think you said Mike, but I respond to Mike because that's what my grandmother used to call
I
me.
said Mark.
Really? All right.
Is that Gary Robinson?
have to do
What up, brother?
Well, Mark, thank you so much, man. I love you very much.
Thank you. Love you too. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Enjoyed it so much. Come back and see us.
You guys subscribe on the podcast on Apple Podcasts, rate and review, and follow Mark Serritella at www.markis. Buddy?
No, markscomedy.com.
Markscomedy.com.
We're on
www.markscomedy.com.
iTunes, and you can find this podcast there.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.